Hi, everyone, and welcome to our third podcast. I'm Thom Robbins, your host, and I'm really excited today to have joining me Jeroen Furst. Jeroen is a longtime Kentico developer as well as a Kentico MVP. Hi, Jeroen, and thanks for joining me today. It's really nice to talk to you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jeroen Furst from the Netherlands. I work at a company called IBL Software in a city in Breda. And my background is as a developer. It has started a couple of years ago, I think, when I founded my interest lied within computers, sciences, and that's where I started my journey on the ASP.NET platform and .NET framework. With this interest in Microsoft technologies, I also try to find a job in this sector, and that is how I stumbled on this company where I work for now. Basically, my first project was to create a CMS, and while I was doing that, I discovered that there was already another CMS which had some similar techniques used on which I'd like to implement my CMS. So I talked to my boss, and he was enthusiastic about the way I brought it to him. It was from Kentico, and that's when we decided to take a look at Kentico and how we could use it in our company. So basically, over the last 4 or 5 years, I've been working with Kentico from versions 2, I think, through 5.5R2 at the current version. Created a lot of websites using Kentico, and also learned all the tips and tricks which I'm posting on my blog. And this is mainly about me and what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, that's You're also being modest because you're a Kentico MVP as well. One of several, based on the fantastic work that you've done.
Thank you.
And as well as your blog is a fantastic resource for, tips and tricks and some of the things that are going on in the Kentico community. When you think about it, how did you end up in computer science? Is that what you decided to study when you were at college, or was it just an interest that you always had?
It came to me. I started off in a different direction, more like in the medical direction. And it was with that job and how do you say, internships. Mm-hmm. So in the internships and for the medical study I did, I discovered that my interest was more with computer sciences. So I decided to finish that study and look for a different direction. And at that time, I didn't mind if it was really programming, or I tried to find a mix, because I never did have that programming experience from my hobby or from my childhood. So when I just found this study, which was more about human interaction, so I tried to find a study. Yeah, I'm not sure. This is hard for me.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, I know you guys, and especially you, are doing a lot of work on Kentico. What kind of projects are you currently working on?
Currently doing a lot of stuff, also with Kentico 6 and the roadmap which lies before us. If I take a look at the big features of Kentico, it's social networking, it's e-commerce, it's online marketing, and basically those types of projects are the ones we get a lot of questions and ask for. So one of those projects is for the Dutch developer community for ASP.NET called .NET.nl. We're currently really refactoring that site and adding a lot of social and networking features like integration with Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. So that's one where I'm currently working on and which will be released hopefully a little bit later in the summer. Another big new request is for online marketing. I'm working for one project with some lead scoring, behavioral targeting. I'm creating a profile engine which monitors basically the visitors from the site, keeps track of their activities on the site, and based on the lead score, the marketeers can contact the people and try to convince them to buy their product. And the third big pillar is e-commerce. We're currently also creating a bookstore with more than 2 million books, and we've used Kentico as a basic and added some custom shipping, tax calculation stuff in, and also some integration for the Dutch IBL payment gateway using multi-save pay. So that is basically the projects I'm working for. There's also another huge project at IBL where I'm also involved with, and that is creating a sort of connector interface where you can simply connect Kentico with any back office. So the basic idea there is you have Kentico as your front office, and you can have Dynamic CRM as back office or any other ERP system, and we can hook it up and let the data sync, and this gives us more advantage to do the other stuff I was just talking about, like e-commerce. So we can pull the products in, we can we can profile the user's activity and can sync it back to the back office system. So that's basically what we are currently working on, and I hope that we can release this in the next couple of months.
That's actually very cool. So are you guys doing code-based integration at the .NET level to get a lot of that done, or are you leveraging, existing products?
Yeah, it's sort of mixed. Kentico is really great for these types of things. Think of custom modules, and basically we just hook our custom code in as compiled assemblies or directly in the app code. So it's really extensible at that level, and we at IBL believe that we don't believe in changing the source code of Kentico itself, because that gives us a disadvantage with new hotfixes and new upgrades. Mm-hmm. So we try to keep that to a minimum, and we always try to implement these new features, these new kinds of modules, etc., clean, so it can run without having to be dependent on the current version of Kentico.
No, that's reasonable. I mean, one of the things that I often hear from customers is that extensibility point, so that you don't cause issues with the hotfixes. And I know you guys do a ton of customizations. How are you finding? You said you're doing a bookstore with like 2 million products in it. That's like a huge number.
Yeah.
And how are you finding the e-commerce engine under that?
Kentico, out of the box, tries to implement products in combination of doc types with the e-commerce SKU tables. We have had some discussion with Kentico CTO about this way, and he advises to just use the flat tables for these types of products, or this amount of products. So once we did that and took it from there, everything fell in its place, and it seems like it's supporting this amount. We still have to test it to the fullest, but yeah, it looks promising, and we have definitely have the faith in the product, and we know that we can get the job done.
No, that's fantastic. I mean, I know you've been working with Kentico since, the early versions, and you've seen it evolve. What's your favorite feature of Kentico? I mean, what's the thing that you really like working with?
Mm-hmm. From day one we started using Portal because it was like you get this choice in the beginning of what kind of template do you want to use, and you get then the corporate side versus corporate side ASPX templates. Out of curiosity, we chose just a plain corporate site, and we decided to just have a peek at it and discover the pitfalls, and maybe at that point we could switch to ASPX. But we never reached that moment that we missed something. So with the help of Kentico support, we got to understand the portal engine, and we learned how to use the different features without really having to modify source code. And like I said a little bit earlier, it's really a great advantage to keep the source intact. If you just want to upgrade or apply a hotfix, you don't have to worry about comparing codes. Of course, there's always one thing you need to make sure you do, but it keeps it to a minimum, and that's why I think the portal engine in combination with the macro engine K# for version 6 will be really great and are especially my favorite features of Kentico.
So one of the things, and I know I hear this a lot, is, what's the difference, and I'm kind of curious to get your take. What do you think the big differences are between kind of the portal and the ASPX? And you obviously recommended the portal. What would you tell someone either just starting out with Kentico or maybe someone who's listening who's trying to make those decisions between the two?
Yeah. I've always thought about it like this. Try portal, and if you feel that you cannot do something, think about switching to ASPX. Basically, since I think 5.5, you can use mixed mode. So if you choose portal, you can add PX templates in. So if you start with Kentico and you have this question, basically you can choose, if you start with 5.5, you can start with portal engine and add ASPX templates in them. So if you have that luxury position, then you don't have to really choose. Prior to that, if you are working with older versions of Kentico, portal engine really can get the job done. You can create custom web parts. If you need to write custom code, use custom controls. You can create custom modules. This is all not dependent on the type of engine. And for your templates, just think about like this. You can browse through your website and you can modify basically anything without having to touch any code. And that is one really big advantage of the portal engine.
No, that's fantastic. That's always the raging debate, I'm sure, as you know.
Yep.
Is portal versus ASPX. So obviously, we always happy to hear what a great product Kentico is. What do you think is the things that they can work on? Kind of your least favorite areas of Kentico?
Yeah, it's hard to say. They are really doing a lot of stuff. They try to implement the core features needed and try to and based on the partners' feedback and customers' feedback, they try to increase these features. And instead of creating a lot of features nobody ever uses, by focusing on these integrated features, I cannot really say there is a least favorite feature. If I must choose, I would say the ASPX templates, because I never used it. I learned it, I think, in the developer training course as a train the trainer. But yeah, since then I'm still convinced Portal Engine can beat ASPX templates. So I'm guessing ASPX templates will be my least favorite feature.
Okay. No, that's fantastic. So I know that you did a great blog post on version 6, and you talked a little bit about it. What do you think are the big things in version 6 that you'll enjoy working on, and what do you think are some of the big things around version 6?
Mm-hmm. One thing we have been asking Kentico, I think since a long time ago, is the object versioning for site manager objects. So page templates, web parts, CSS style sheets, etc. So this with the introduction of this type of object versioning, you get the content synchronization for both CMS desk and site manager. So this will really improve the type of content staging possibilities for development servers production servers. Mm-hmm.
No, that's actually great to hear. I'm kind of excited about version 6.0 because I'm seeing that there's a lot of great stuff in it. you've done some work, or you looked at some of the online marketing suite as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you think of it? I mean, what kinds of things do you think you guys will find it useful for?
Yeah, I can see the request for online marketing as in A/B testing, multivariate testing, and I'm happy that Kentico will include these features in version 6. Other features like the lead score and profiling, etc. I think those will be in the different product called EMS. But for the stuff that will be added in 6.0, along with the new web analytics module, we will definitely use these new features. In combination with our custom online marketing modules, it will be a really great online marketing solution.
Obviously, as a developer, we spend a lot of time looking for information. What are your favorite resources or areas that you think people listening to should think about when they're looking at, .NET resources as well as kind of Kentico resources?
Yeah. Basically, I would advise anyone to start a Twitter account and just follow the great people of Kentico. You will really get a lot of information on Twitter by searching the Kentico hashtag. Another favorite place is, of course, DevNet, and I would definitely recommend, for example, Martin's blog. He just knows about everything about Kentico and the core, and he posts a lot of these hidden features or prototypes which are available in the current version but not really documented very well. So I would definitely point you to his blog. A great resource I find is the DevNet support forum, and in combination with the support team via mail. It's amazing how fast and how well knowledge the support team is. So you can basically ask anything and you can expect an answer with gives you more insights, or it's not like they stop at that point where you still have to think about a solution. They actually provide solutions. So that's a really good place I would like to point out. And that's basically my top
your top
resources.
List.
Yeah,
that's okay. And I want to make sure I call out definitely your blog as a place for people to find great information. And I know that you Twitter as well, so we want to make sure that people understand that you're a great resource. I know some of your transformation stuff that you've done has been fantastic. What made you decide to do some of the transformation guide that you wrote? I think you're referring to the last post I wrote. Yeah.
Basically, curiosity. It's like one feature you're missing in the current version, and you have to hack in it. And with the help of the support, you find that you can use some nested repeaters to create the same result. But with version 6 and from what I believe in 5.5R2 at the current version, it's also a little bit as a prototype in it. You can do similar things, but now in 6 it will be UI based. So you can really create some super complex structures using a simple interface. And that's the main reason I got curious, and I just want to have a look at it and hope I can think how we can use this in our projects, and maybe add some insights from the end user. And I hope Kentico can use it as feedback, as positive feedbacks, to get a really great new feature for 6.0.
So, as by way of wrapping up, Jeroen, if someone was interested in finding out more information about you, why don't you tell them the easiest way to contact you and a little bit about your blog?
Yeah, well, you can follow me on Twitter. It's hard to pronounce my name and for you to write it down, but it's basically Jeroen Furst. So that's JeroenFurst. That's my Twitter account, and I also have a blog. You can find it on blogs.jeroenfurst.nl. So, and if you have any questions, you can also mail me at jeroen@ibl-software.nl. So.
Excellent. Well, Jeroen, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you taking the time. And for everyone listening, I appreciate you tuning into the podcast. Thank you.
You're welcome, Tom, and thank you.